What's going on, guys? It's your boy Red Nation out there coming back with another video. Today, since tomorrow's start of Week 18 around the NFL, playoff indications pretty high for most teams, including the AFC and the NFC, because a lot of teams still deciding playoff spots from here in the 9th seed in the AFC to here in the 10th seed to the NFC. So today we'll be going through some of these games, figuring out who we think is going to get in and who we think is going to get snubbed for another team. Now, the way this is going to work, if we're going off my predictions, which we are, then the playoff picture is going to look way different from what we think is going to happen on Saturday and Sunday. Alright, starting with the Ravens and the Steelers. Now, the Ravens don't have much to play for. They've clinched the number one seed. They've clinched everything. They're going to rest their starters small, obviously, to get ready for playoffs. But the Steelers have everything on the line in this game. Because as you see right here, the Steelers need to win to get into the postseason. So, I got the Steelers winning this one to get in that 7th seed as of right now. Because they can't do anything until, well, actually they've already glitched, so it doesn't matter. So, now, the Saturday night cap. To end Saturday's games, we got two. I mean it. Indianapolis and Houston are both at the same record as Jacksonville. So, here's the scenario that happens. Indy wins. Jacksonville loses. They win the division. Houston wins. Indianapolis loses. Jacksonville loses. Houston wins the division. Jacksonville wins based on what happens with this game right here. Whoever wins, but if Jacksonville wins the division. So they need a Jacksonville loss to Tennessee for Houston or Indianapolis to win the division. Now, with all that being said, I have Houston winning this game. Just because I think Houston's better on paper, they got a better offense, and they got a better defense. No, I'm not saying it's because of the quarterbacks, because it's not. Gardner Minshew tore up my Raiders last week. He tore up my Raiders. But I got Houston pulling this game out. Now, starting Sunday games, New York Jets, Patriots, that game's like a draft pick decision. I go with the Jets on that one. Cleveland Browns, Cincinnati Bengals, there's not really much to play for here. Cleveland's already clinched everything. I do think Cleveland's going to play their starters, though. I don't know. I'm going to have to go with Cleveland. Now, Jacksonville and Tennessee. This is the game right here. This game decides the outcome of who wins the division, or if Jacksonville wins. None of them win the division. But because Tennessee is not great playing solid football this year, Jacksonville needs a lot of line on the Jacksonville Jaguars this year. I have Jacksonville winning this game. And no, because it has nothing to do with Trevor Lawrence. It has nothing to do. I just think the Jaguars are statistically better on paper and everything else than the Titans are. The Titans are fighting for a new QB. Because honestly, Will Levis isn't the answer. Let's be real. This guy is not good. They need a better quarterback. They need a better offensive coordinator. They need a better everything. So Jacksonville wins that game. Next, we got the Chargers and the Chiefs. Now, this game could go. See, now the Chargers need this game for draft pick, right? To determine where they're at in the draft. Because as of right now, I think the Bears have the number one pick at that record. So, I will have to say the Chiefs win that game. Barely, but you know. Next game, we got the Raiders and the Broncos. Now, both these teams got eliminated from playoff contention last week because of the Chiefs won, so the Broncos already got eliminated, but the Raiders had a bad game to the Colts, which eliminated them. I do think, because Broncos benched their starting quarterback Russell Wilson for the last 2 games of the season. Jarrett Stidham, I've not fully watched him last week. I did not watch film on him last week, so I don't know how he did. But I'm going to have to say the Raiders pull this one out. Mind you, the Raiders are at home for this game, so anything can still happen. Now, next game. Oh, actually, no. We're going to save that game for last, because that's the Sunday night game. Actually, next game, the Buccaneers and the Panthers. Now, this game is a big game for the NFC South, because the Falcons, Saints, and Bucks Now, here's how this breaks down. The Falcons win their game against the Saints. That automatically eliminates the Saints from playoffs. But they need the Panthers to beat the Bucs to win the NFC South, right? But the Saints, if they win that game, they need the same thing they need is the Panthers to win. I do have the Panthers somehow winning this game. For some reason, their defense is going to wake up. I don't know why, but their offense is going to play good this game. I do not know why. Question me this. But Tampa Bay got shut out last week to a Saints team. Tampa Bay literally got shut out to the Saints last week. So, either Tampa Bay is going to play with aggression, or they're going to shut down completely. And I have Carolina winning this game and upsetting them out on the road. I don't know why. I don't feel Tampa Bay's energy. So that makes sense. Carolina was going to win this game. Next game, Detroit. I heard the Detroit Lions are playing all their starters this game, all their hang out from last week's bullcrap call that happened. The Vikings have a lot to play for, actually. Although I don't see the Vikings winning this game. Because I don't know who their quarterback's going to be between Nick Mullins, Joshua Dobbs. I don't know who the hell their quarterback's going to be. Right? So, and Detroit, I mean, yes, they have nothing. Well, actually, Detroit has something to play for because they can still clinch that number 2 seed in the NFC. Right here. If you see it right here, if Dallas loses and Detroit wins, Detroit can still clinch that number 2 seed. Now, it depends on that Eagles game, but Detroit can still very much glimpse almost the top spot in the NFC. But I will have Detroit winning this game because Detroit's going to be coming in this game angry from last Saturday. Now, Falcons and the Saints. The Falcons, I don't know because the Falcons have... It's just been a really weird year for the Falcons. They started off so hot at the beginning of the year. They cooled off, did good again, cooled off. They've been a confusing-ass team this year. Like, their head coach, I'm hearing a lot of reports about people hating Arthur Smith. I don't know why, but apparently he's a bad coach or whatever. Their quarterback play is so bad between Taylor Heineke and Desmond Ridder. So I don't see how the Falcons are going to easily go into the playoffs with that quarterback carousel thing that they're on. Now the Saints, they're coming off a shutout win against the Bucs last week, which was really big for the playoff hopes. I do think the Saints can get it done this week. I mean, they're at home in the Caesars Superdome, where that place is going to get really loud on Sunday. I do see the Saints running away with this game. And that will knock the Falcons out of the playoffs. I will be assured of it. And it'll knock the Buccaneers out of the playoffs, too. So, now next game. Dallas and Washington. Now, this game is big for both them and the Eagles. Because if Dallas loses, Eagles win the NFC East. But if the Eagles lose, Dallas wins the NFC East. So, it's like one of these things of which team could perform better and win the game. Yes, Washington may be 4-12, but you never know. Washington could group up in this game and beat Dallas out of nowhere, and the Eagles could win. You never know, or the Giants could beat Dallas, or Giants could beat the Eagles, and then Dallas Cowboys win. The NFC, you never know no more. That's the problem. The NFC is probably one of the more competitive divisions in the NFL. Problem is that division is so confusing year after year. There have been, I think they said there was like 18 different NFC East winners in the last 18 to 19 seasons. I see Dallas losing this game, which is going to really kill their playoff hopes. And then there you go, Detroit bounces up to that second seed. Now, depending on what happens with the Eagles and the Giants game, will happen with the Detroit seeding. Because I think the Eagles win this game. Because the Giants need a new quarterback. Because, I'm sorry, Tommy DeVito is not the answer. Daniel Jones, they paid him way too much just to tear his ACL. That is not the answer you want as a quarterback. So the Eagles are going to win this game. This is going to be a great bounce back game from the Eagles after losing to the Cardinals in a heartbreaking loss. So this is going to be a great bounce back. Now, this is where it gets interesting. Because Green Bay needs to win this game in order to have a winning season and clinch playoff hope. and they're playing the Bears, which the Bears are actually playing with some good momentum right now, actually. So, now, the way I see this game going down is possibly a last-second field goal. But with the way the Bears struggled with the Packers over the last decade, I do not know. Because there is a good chance that the Bears completely shut down the Packers. But I got another gut feeling the Packers. I mean, they're in Green Bay, aren't they? Yeah, they're at Green Bay. Okay, that's more obvious. They're in Green Bay. So if it's gonna be cold there, I don't see the Bears winning this game. I mean, the Bears have the number one pick regardless, which I find really, really weird. With all these other teams that should have a number one pick, but I mean, I'm guessing it has something to do with trading draft pick. I don't know, but I will have to say the Packers win this game. Now, this game, another very important game for the Seahawks. Because the Seahawks need to win this game in order to... Wait, hold on here. Let me make sure. Oh, shoot! That eliminates the Seahawks from Kentucky. Okay. I do think the Seahawks are going to win this game just because the Seahawks are, like, better, have a better overall team. So, the Seahawks, there's not much to get into on this game. Now, the Niners and the Rams. Oh, okay. That's gonna be a game where the Niners rest their starters and the Rams had to play. Oh no, the Rams already played for the playoff spots. I think the Rams are gonna win this game regardless. Now, the Sunday night game, the final game of the 2023 regular season. The was it 285th something game? I don't know. The Buffalo Bills and the Miami Dolphins. This is a game. Winner wins the AFC East. Loser. Basically, it's a win and in. Dolphins already made the playoffs when they beat the Cowboys on, I think it was Christmas Eve. Yeah, Christmas Eve. But the Buffalo Bills need this game to win the playoffs, to make the playoffs, and win the division. But with how good Miami's been playing, I see Miami torching Buffalo because Buffalo has not been good this year. Buffalo has been struggling offensively and defensively all year. They've had so many injuries on the defense. Sorry guys, I'm back. Something fell, something fell. But the Dolphins are way better. They have less injuries. And I think the Dolphins are going to pull out this game. Dolphins will win the AFC East. And now knock Buffalo out of the playoffs and put the Steelers in. So, with all that being said, these are my predictions for the NFL playoffs. So, boom. With all that being said, it's your boy Ray Nation 3, and I'm out. Peace.